Hey everyone, as promised, Shawn Clement here, Golf 18 temporary location for our Wisdom in Golf Winter Academy at the Royal Quebec Golf Club, being built as we speak. Andre, I'm counting on you, man. I'm going to come with my hammer. You know I can use hammers. So the drill I want you to see, one of the things that you see in George Genkus, very much the same way that Cameron Champ is clearing. And we talk about that in our videos as well. Ours is a little bit more on the refined side, and you know, we're allowing you to naturally evolve towards that because you will do it eventually. So if you're walking and swinging, my center of gravity in my body is here. So I want to walk this way, I got to fall and catch myself. So as I fall, my head comes down. And then my swinging arms pick me back up and I can come out the other side. So when you walk down the street and you see a crowded street in front of you, you're going to see a lot of bobbing heads. That's how we're built. So if I'm swinging, I'm just swinging towards you. Watch how my head goes up and down, but listen to the cut of grass. Notice how my weight never goes outside my feet, and you see how my head's bobbing up and down. Well, yeah, half my femur is, half my knee, pardon me, is my femur, and my femur is my hip. In order for my rib cage and pelvis to get out of the way, notice how my femurs have to rotate. When the femurs rotate, the knees have to give, the head comes up. And then the brain goes to the ground to prepare to use the ground to get me out of the way, the body comes down. None of your business, none of your conscious mind's business. You're already a genius at this. The last thing you want to do is work on how to use your legs. Your brain already knows how to use your darn legs, okay? So you'll notice as I walk towards you, my center of gravity stays inside my feet. I don't walk towards you like this. So my center of gravity stays put. And I have a very efficient motion moving towards you. So when I'm cutting grass, cutting my rows, cut, 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 cut. Notice how I'm inside the lead leg. So notice that lead hip stays inside my foot. That's what you hear the guys talking about. You're already built and wired for that. Now, if you go toward the ball, well, whoop, that's different. So now your head's in front. Now you swing, and you're going to lose your balance outside your feet. You're in a position to go toward the target. Well, don't you go for the ball now. That's a completely different path and a different axis of rotation when you want to go that way. So if you wanted to hit the ball, well, do that at the beginning. Now you can go after the ball. Problem is, there's a planet waiting for you on the other side, and injuries are going to come very easily. So I want to deliver that way. Here's the drill for you. You'll see a video of mine called the one-leg drill swing. Well, a while back, I had a one-leg drill off the back foot. And man, just seeing this stuff brought that rushing right back. Now imagine I'm going uphill. So if I'm swinging uphill, look at my uphill shot, Shawn Clement, the best instruction on the slopes by far. Have a look at that. And the drill I use for that is I'll get inside my trail leg. So I get inside my trail leg and I drop my lead leg back a little bit so I'm on the toes instead of under the ankle on that. So notice now in the backswing, I'm using my front leg as a rudder to hold my balance on the inside of my trail foot. So here's what it looks like in front. Drop it back. See how I'm in a position now where I'm really nicely balanced. And now I'm going to swing towards you. If I'm throwing the club towards you, notice how my lead foot has come down now. And I'm already pre-cleared to move towards you. So if I'm throwing the club in that direction, throw. So notice how the weight stays on the inside of that lead leg. And I'm using that lead leg to move myself out of the way. So you see Bubba Watson, you see a lot of the players on the LPGA on their toes. And I really never liked that because it didn't look bolted in the ground enough. But now I'm starting to change my tune a little bit on that. And it's obviously it has to respect a lot of the parameters of your center of gravity. So when I did a test, I'm going to show you this on my GC Quad in the upcoming videos. We just got it linked into one of the simulators here. And I'm hitting the ball every bit as far. I'm hitting it 315 to 320 with my driver, with my stance in this manner. So I'm using my left leg to hold myself up against the inside of the right. Inside right, throw to the target. So notice how as I'm throwing to the target, at one point the weight of my arms needs full support and that foot finally comes down and I have tremendous support and balance on that side. So here's what it looks like from behind. So notice how when I'm finished, that foot is bolted on the ground. And by the way, Cameron Champ H12 has that back foot on the ground through impact. Why? Because as his head stays back and his hip is clearing, that foot stays on the ground for that added support. If he threw himself out in front of the ball, that foot would get ripped off the ground and then he'd have to reach back. Huh? All right, so here we go. So solid. Hear that sound? That is so pasted. So I feel like if I didn't have my left foot in the right position, see, I'm trying to hold it there. I would see how I can't get out of the way enough. So I have to have the ball of the left foot in line with the ankle of my right foot. So the stance has to be open on that. For draw, slightly back of center. For fade, slightly forward of center. See that? Now it feels like, man, I can really clear, and because my lead foot is so well planted in the ground, there's the kinetic chain. So the kinetic chain is engaged through the ball of the foot instead of the ankle, okay? So in the more traditional swings that we see, everything is bolted through the ankle. That's why if you saw Hogan through impact, that left foot was completely still. It was like on a shelf. And same thing for Jack. That left heel was bolted in the ground on the way through. Sam Snead had a little bit of a windshield wiper going on with the front foot. And you see that from Cameron Champ, but he's a lot better right now. He's a lot more secure to the ground. So ball of left foot secure. I'm bolting myself against the back foot. See how my body is behind the hit? So if I had a tree to cut through, there's my axe. I got to get behind the tree to deliver a solid blow of the axe. If the tree's too far back, no good, I got to reach back. If the tree's too far forward, I got to lunge forward. But here, it feels like I can really drive through that tree. I could probably put a little bit more forward here too. That would be my fade. And that would be my draw. See how that works? So I bolt myself. So I'm going to go fade. I bolt myself to the left of my intermediate point. I gather my fade. And I deliver left edge. Same thing if I want to draw. Ball a little bit more back. That feels like I can release to the right of my target. Gather. Release to the right of the target. And that was right here. So it feels very, very succinct. See that? And it feels like I can stay very bolted and very centered with that drill. And I still get the benefit of that kinetic chain. It feels just like an uphill shot or with the ball below the feet, and you can check that as well. All the best. See you next time.